Good evening, guys. How are you? I wanted to do a video about my mom and everything and describe what she was like. She died of lung cancer in January 2009. I believe it was January 4th. I meant January 4th, 2004, which would have been 11 years ago. And she died of smoking cigarettes. My mom was a smoker, and I remember I tried to stop her and she wouldn't listen to me. So she paid the ultimate price, and you couldn't stop my mom. Whatever mom did, no matter what you told her, she would still do it. And it's one thing about my mom that I got from her in her genes is her stubbornness. And mom was always stubborn. It runs in our family too, but my mom was a stubborn lady, and it was hard to convince her anything different if she believed in something. But I do know that I got a lot of good memories and a lot of bad memories. We fought a lot when I was a kid, and I feel bad because I could have treated her better when I had the time with her, and I didn't appreciate the times I did have with her, and all those times she yelled at me and told me not to run our business and our house to family, and that I should have listened to her, and I didn't. And with what I've went through in life now, it's biting me in the butt, and it sucks. But I've wised up over the years, and I'm getting better at not doing that. And it's took me 29 years to really get it. Finally, I'm starting to get it, but I really miss her to this day. And I remember she spoiled us when we were kids. Mom always had a good way of, like, especially like with big gifts that we wanted for Christmas. She knew how to box them and wrap them, in a way that to where we thought we weren't going to get it, but we did. But we had to, like, one of the gifts would always have a one big box, and you would open up littler boxes, and eventually you'd get to the game or video game or whatever gift I wanted. And I love that about my mom, is she was so creative about wrapping our gifts and everything. And I will miss that about her. And I remember the last big Christmas I remember that we had with her. I remember I wanted a PS2 really bad. It was one of the, last Christmases where that I really complained about getting a certain gift. And I remember that was the Christmas that took the cake. That was the icing on the cake, or that was the year that I complained the most, because I wanted that PS2 so bad, and Christmas was right around the corner, and it felt like eternity. But then when I got the PS2, something occurred to me that I never really thought of before. As I came to a revelation. I complained about a system, and I had one of the first PS2s Mom and Dad got me before we had the slim ones, which I broke with my temper, but that's a whole other story. Got a slim one now, but the point is, I complained about a system that really didn't matter that much. And I mean, it was important. I enjoyed it when I got it, but there was nothing that I needed to complain about, because it was just a system. And after that, I learned what the real meaning of Christmas meant. It meant being with your family and being with the ones you loved, especially my mom when she was alive. I love my dad and brother, but when you lose your mom, you lose a part of yourself. And when Mom died, I lost a part of myself. And it will always be one of the hardest days that I'll ever have to go through in my life. Pardon me, my throat's a little groggy, guys. Sorry about that. But I mean, I graduated GCC, I remember, in 2007. It took me 4 years to get it, but I did. And I got my license after 3 times before that. And as hard as it was, I know deep down my mom would be proud of me, because I got through it all. I'm 30 years old. I just turned 30 a couple weeks ago. Mom's birthday's coming up. It's March 3rd, so I'm going to try to go to her grave and wish her a happy birthday or give her a prayer. or something in my apartment, and I know she's watching me, but I want my mom to know I love her, and I'm sorry that I gave her a hard time when she was alive, and I know she's watching, and I hope you're listening, Mom, because I'm sorry that around the time you died, my senior year after I graduated, when I slapped you in the face because I was angry with you from repressed anger and feelings for so many years, and I'm sorry I did that. I remember when it happened, I was crying and my mom was, and we hugged after that because we both yelled and we did things we weren't proud of, especially me slapping her, but I didn't really deal with anger that well. And Mom tried bringing me to a counselor when I was a kid, this lady named Sherry, to deal with my anger instead of punching walls, which I did a couple times. She tried having me punch a pillow, the therapist, I remember, and it helped. And we tried stress balls. Now I got this little guy from a friend of mine's parents, and I try to squeeze this when I get stressed. She got it for me for Christmas this year, my friend's mom, and I thank her for that gift. But I'm gonna probably get going, but I just wanted to go over how special my mom was. And when I was a kid, she was a single mom. She had to raise me and Nick all by herself. She did 3 part-time jobs, worked at Town and Country Restaurant and Chloride back then. Now it's called Sun Electronics in Caledonia. And she helped my Uncle Mark with barbecue chicken stands and that. My mom was a stress lady, but the point is she raised me and Nick good, pretty good, and I think me and Nick turned out all right for all the stuff in life that we have to go through. Me and Nick didn't turn out so bad. I'm surprised. And now Mom, I guess, didn't tell us we have a half sister that I kind of got to know, Caitlin Yorgi, and Mom would be proud that I'm trying to get to know her, but Caitlin's a little, scared of us still because she didn't know us for so many years, so I'm trying to open her up. But my dad and Mom split up when I was 8, I remember, and they fought a couple times. I remember I laid there and heard everything, and it affected me, probably traumatized me as a kid. I think when they had me, Mom and Dad, I think were doing drugs. It might have affected my brain capacity or mental. I still love Mom and Dad. I mean, nobody's perfect, but I mean, there's probably a lot of reasons why I'm a little slow mentally. I mean, I zone out once in a while, but anyway, I'm gonna head out. Mom, I want you to know I love you, and I want to show everybody a picture of my mom. Even though I posted this on Facebook, this is what she looked like. I miss you, Mom, and I want you to know that you'll always be with me. But I'm out, guys. Have a good night.